Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I have for you the latest craft kit. This is craft kit number 97 and it is called the Family Tree Trinket Box. So I'm going to take everything out of the box and we'll go through what's in there. So, excuse me, let's go through the cardstock that's in this kit. Now, I don't have a contents list for this kit, but I have gone through everything that's in it. So hopefully I will get all the names correct. So, the cardstock then, we have got... Let's start with, we have got Baroque Rose Satin Card in 250 GSM. I really like this. Oh, and it matches my nails, look. Not intentional. But this is a really nice satin card, and this is 250 GSM, which is £92. So that's your first sheet of card. Then we have Copper Mine Satin Card. Again, this is 250 GSM and again £92. So that's a really nice colour as well. Very autumnal, this one. Then we have a sheet of Ivory White Smooth Card in 240 GSM. So this is the new range of card that Tonic brought out a few months ago, and this is like your construction weight card, and this is 240 GSM, £90. Then we have Pewter Grey Smooth Card, again 240 GSM, and this is the same colour as the classic 216 GSM, but this is obviously a heavier cardstock. So we've got that. We have 2 sheets of Sea Salt Green in 216 GSM, Craft Perfect, and that is £80. And then we have 2 sheets of vellum, and this is the Vintage White Vellum, 150 GSM, and that's roughly £55. So you get 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sheets of cardstock in this kit. So that's your card. So next we have the Nuvo products. So this month we are getting a couple of exclusive products to the kit. So we have got this light mist spray bottle, and it's weird because I've actually got one to hand, and I just want to show you a really cool feature. This is the one I was using. So it obviously you get a light mist from it, but the closure on it is quite cool. You basically just, there's this plastic piece here that you lift up to close it, and to use it you just twist it, pull it down, and then that will then give you a slight mist. It's really good to have these, so that's quite handy. That okay, so we have a Nuvo drop. I'm just going to get a bit of card out. So we have got some Nuvo drop. This is a crystal drop, and this is in the colour Antique Rose. Again, I really like this colour. I'm sure this was in a £1 perfect deal recently because I picked some up, and I'm pretty sure I've got a bottle at home anyway somewhere. So again, anything pink, rose, I'm all for it. So I am going to try this out so I can show you. So this is a crystal drop, and you can, these are self-leveling drops, by the way. Give it a pat, and that's the colour. Hopefully that's, you can see that. It's like I don't really know how to describe this colour, but where it's called antique rose, it is definitely antique. It's a very nice colour that would go really nice with like your vintage colours if you had a project. And again, like I mentioned, it is self-leveling, so as you can see, if I turn it that way, it is self-leveling. Obviously with Nuvo drops, you do need to allow it time to dry, but it does dry really nicely. So then we have some shimmer powder. So actually it's good that I've got my bottle, because what I'm going to do is mist my cardstock, and we're going to try this out. So this is the shimmer powder in Falling Leaves. So my cardstock is wet, as you can see. So I'm just gonna add some of this so you can see how it comes out, and you can see the colour burst. So I don't know if you can see that, but there is literally, wow, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, and the shimmer on it is really, really nice. But obviously, if you do it the way I've just done it, you just need to allow it time to dry, or use a heat gun to dry that off. So that's really nice. So we have that. Next we have, I won't take these out of the packet, but we've got some foils, and this one is in the colour Palladium Grey, and again that would match really nicely with that antique rose. I think those colours go really nicely together. You also have Rococo Rose as well in this, so that's also a really nice rose goldy colour. And then in this you also get a aqua shimmer pen, and this is in the colour Midas Touch. Now I don't really use shimmer pens, but I am going to give this a go because I just want to see what it's like. So you have to take this green seal off, and when you screw it back in, you hear it pop, so you kind of know that it's broken the seal. Give it a good shake. I just want to see what colour it comes out. So you have to press it, and it even says press on there. So I just want to press it to see what colour comes out. There are some ball bearings in there as well to oh, okay. Wow, that's really nice. Oh wow, that's a really nice shimmer on there. Hopefully you can see that. That's really nice. Let me just wipe away this excess off my finger. some glitter nail polish on. My gosh, I was only trying it and never again. Can't say I'm a big fan of glitter nail polish. It's an absolute nightmare to take off. But that is actually a really nice colour. Let me just wipe off what was on there. That's a really nice colour, and I'm quite surprised at the shimmer on that. Okay, so next then we have, that's all the Nuvo products. Let me just move these out of the way, and then we can look at the dies in this set. So I don't have a sticker and I don't have a contents sheet, but I am really excited about this one. So you do have foil fusion, and you've got the adhesive sheets, and you do get 4 in a pack, and it's got absolutely gorgeous sentiments in this. So a couple of these sentiments, a family, a journey to forever. Thank you for helping me grow. Family is laughter, love, happiness, everything. Our family tree, family treasures. Strong roots produce beautiful leaves. And you've got all these flowers and things. And there's a couple more sentiments. There's some butterflies, some oval shapes. I'm assuming there's a oval like hanging thing in there. And then you've got all these decorative swirly floral patterns in that. That's really nice. So then we also have a stamp set. And again, these are lots of sentiments. And it's really nice because this is like to make obviously a family tree. So some of the sentiments: the love of a family is life's greatest blessing. Family is everything. Our family, just to say many thanks. Family life, family where life begins and love never ends. Birthday wishes, happy anniversary to a wonderful friend, with sympathy, sending lots of love. Life is beautiful with family. So really, really nice sentiments here. I think that's really nice. I love the fonts in these as well, which is really nice. Then we have 2 sheets of dies. Now, obviously, we've got this large tree. There is a tiny little bird. It's absolutely adorable. We've got a butterfly. We've got a love heart. I can see a kite and the bows that go with the kite. There is a dog and a cat in this. Lots of flowers. There's a bow here. Some leaves. Verso panels. This must be the pull handle for a drawer. And this is the tree. Now, this does not look like a verso panel. Let me just take these out. Bear with. Good and proper stuck down. It's always at the bottom. Okay, let's try and get this out. Hold on. There we go. That's better. So you've got your instructional sheet on both sides. And it shows you exactly how to put the drawer together. And then this one here, you've got the tree. You've got that oval shape there. You have got another oval there as well, so they mat and layer. You've got the pieces to make a drawer, and you've got 2 hexagons, so I'm assuming one's for the drawer and one's for the lid and the base. You've got the individual sections for the kite. You've got a banner die here. you've got the string for the kite, and then you've got a deboss piece for the kite here as well. Again, another flower, and then you've got your panels to make the drawer and the side of the base. So again, this looks very interesting. I never bought the family tree die. I think it was like an eternal tree or something. So again, this is really nice, and to have like a banner die as well, that's really cute. Now I'm not sure if I'm missing a die from here. Hopefully I'm not. You have also got this strip here, but I'm assuming this is a decorative element that goes in there, and I think it does. Again, obviously that tree mats onto that layer. So I am looking forward to having a play with this. So I'm going to put all this away, and then I will come back and we will put a project together. Hi guys, so I'm back. I've cut all my pieces out, and we're going to put one of these family tree trinket boxes together. I have made a slight adjustment, which I've done myself. Obviously you don't have to do the same as me, but it was just so I could reduce how many trees I needed to cut out. In the instructions it says to cut out 6 trees, but I've only cut out 3. Now I have stuck quite a lot of things together just to speed up this process, but I'm just going to go through all the pieces that you need and explain what I've done with this tree. So I've taken the tree die and I've layered it onto the shadow layer here. I've also cut out the, I don't know if you can see that, but I've cut out the flowers in vellum, and then I've put Nuvo drops on all of those flowers. Now I've got 3 trees, 2 that are folded and 1 I haven't folded yet, but I'll show you how to do that. You then need 2 small squares, and you need 2 large squares. You need to cut this piece out 6 times. These are the pieces for your runner at the top and at the base of your box for your drawer to run in and out. So you need 6 of those. You then need to cut out, let me show you the 2 together. So you have 2 different size side panels. You need to cut out 7 for each. With the smaller panel, you're going to cut 3 of those. You're going to cut the tabs off. And on 5 of these are going to be your side panel for the base. And the other 2 pieces we're going to use as the front of the drawer that pulls out. So 7 of each of those. 3 that need to have their tabs cut for the smaller side panel. I have already added some of my decoration pieces. Again, I'll go through that with you. So for the drawer, I've cut out the smaller verso panel and the backing plates, and I've cut that out in that baroque rose satin card and the sea salt green. So I've got 3 of those, and then I've cut out 6 of the side panel for the base of the box, again in baroque rose and sea salt green. So then you will need 5 of these tabs here, and these will be to fix the top of your drawer, the base piece basically, but I'll show you how to do that. So you do need 5 of those. You need 3 of the smaller hexagon. Now there are 2 sized hexagons, and the reason for that is if you wanted to make a box with the lid opening, you do need slightly different pieces for that. for that you need 2 small hexagons and 2 larger hexagons, but for this one that we're doing with the drawer, you need 3 of the smaller hexagons. I've then also cut out the frame and the layer 9 times. So the layer is in ivory white and the frame is in that baroque rose. So I've cut that out 9 times. And then I've cut out one of the handles in that baroque rose. I've cut out these banners 9 times to go below each of the photos. And I've cut out a few of these butterflies. These are just absolutely adorable. So I've cut 6 of those out, 2 to go on each of my trees. Now, the piece that I've created for my tree is basically, I've cut 3 pieces. They're not exactly a semicircle or quarter of a circle. It's like 3 segments of a circle, if you like, near enough. And the reason why I've done this is because in the instructions it says that you need 6 trees, so there is a different piece for that, which obviously I'm not using because it will make my tree sections more narrow, and I wanted it to have more of an open feel to it. Again, your preference if you want to do this, but that's what I've done to create. Looks like a bit of a transformer face, but yeah, just to create that. Hopefully it will all go together well. I don't know because I haven't made one of these yet, but that's the plan. Okay, so for this then, I'm just bringing in my scoring board. I'm using my small scoring board, and I'm basically going to turn my tree upside down, and I'm going to go up to one of those notches, and with my precision tool, with my scorer, I'm just gonna go where the original score line is on that sea salt green. Just making sure that is level. It already has a score line on it, but I'm just adding it in again because my pewter grey piece doesn't actually have a score line. So I'm just doing that because obviously I've layered on top. So I've just created that, and what I'm going to do is just gently burnish that. And the reason why I've stuck everything down is obviously to save on time for this video, but also to allow my Nuvo drop to dry. Otherwise this would have been rather difficult to do. So once you've got your score line in, gently press down on that. You need it to be equal. So just press down. I haven't, I'm not going to burnish it either with my score tool. I'm going to leave it like that. So I'm going to have 3 pieces that join up basically like so, because I think it gives a wider opening to the tree, if that makes sense. So what I'm going to do is take my glue. Let's just put the lid there. I'm going to take one of these pieces and I'm just going to apply glue to these tabs that I've created. It's gone flying. There it is. Okay, so I am going to just attach this onto the back of here, like so. actually is the wrong way. It needs to be this way. I'm just going to attach that onto there. And then what I'm going to do is take one of my second tree, and I'm just going to layer that over the top like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply glue to this piece here. Then I'm just going to go ahead and line those two pieces up like so, and press those down. Okay. And then I'm just going to go ahead and apply glue to this side here. And I'm going to glue that piece onto there, onto there. I'm just going to bring in my tweezers to hold that in place. Like so. Okay, so then I'm just going to go ahead and do the same again, and I'm going to attach another one onto there. Like so, and then we're going to bring in the next tree, and I'm just going to apply glue so then I'm going to go ahead and stick that piece onto there. So then we're going to have two of those trees stuck together. And to be honest, I just need that bit, so I can actually, because that is sort of going to be my front, because if I stick another one of these pieces on, I think what's going to end up happening is yeah, so I only need two of those pieces. I didn't need three, because at the front you won't see the circle, it's only going to be at the back. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply glue to the rest of this tree, and we are going to glue all of this together. Okay, and this is what I mean, because you need it to be wide. If I had put another 6 of these trees on, it would have been very narrow, and I didn't really want that. I wanted, you know, to be able to see that tree properly. So Okay, so that is then going to sit on my box. So I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is bring in these pieces here, which are the frames, and I would rather stick these on now. So I'm going to take one of those pieces and I'm going to layer that over the top of my frame piece, like so. Let that one dry for a second. I'm going to bring in some sticky foam pads, and I'm going to put some foam pads on the back of here, because I want this. We're going to have these frames going all the way around. Now, my family isn't a family of 9, but you can certainly add in however many pictures you want. You could have a tree of 1 child, you know, through all the stages, I guess. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply foam pads to all of these. Okay, so I've got foam pads on the back of all of these, and what I'm going to do now is just go ahead and peel away those backings, and I'm just going to place one on the top here in the middle, like so. And then I'm just going to place one on either side. I think that needs a double foam pad, so bear with. So I'm just basically going to do exactly the same on all the panels, and I'm just going to go all the way around. Okay, so we've got all our frames stuck on like so. Now what I want to do is go ahead and attach all these banners. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that now. I'm just literally going to apply a dot of glue and stick them on to there like so. Oh. Actually, they can go underneath, can't they? There, like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that for all of them now. Okay, so I've stuck all that on. I'm going to leave that to dry for a second, and then I'm going to move on to doing the hexagon. Let's just move all of this out of the way. So for the hexagon then, you need 2 of the smaller hexagons. Now what I'm going to do is attach my panels. These are my outside panels. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and apply glue, and I'm going to stick all my tabs down. Actually, what might be better is if I glue all my panels together. So I think that's the plan. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to go ahead and attach all my panels together. Okay, so now that I've stuck all that down, I am going to go ahead and take one of my hexagons, and I am going to apply glue to all these tabs here, and I'm going to place this over the top. So I'm just going to apply glue to all these tabs here. And what I do need to do as well actually is, while I can still remember, I need to cut this tab off. So let me do that now while I still remember. That's fine. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and place this paddle on the inside like so. Just need to make sure everything meets. And then we are going to press all that down. And then we're going to take another hexagon, and we are going to cover up our workings. And we're going to place that over the top of those tabs. Like so. There we go. So you should have something that looks like this. Now what you need to do is go ahead and take these tabs here, and you are going to, let's just make space here. You're going to go ahead and fold all these, give them a really good burnish. And then what you need to do is go ahead and apply glue to each of these tabs here, and you need to attach them to the top like so. Just make sure everything is nice and level, and you're just going to go all the way around. Okay, so once you've done that, just going to leave that to dry for a second. You're going to bring in your largest square and you're going to bring in these glue tabs here. Go ahead and burnish that score line in the middle. So you need, basically, we're going to be creating one of these here. So you're going to go ahead and burnish all those score lines, apply glue to that tiny tab there, and you're going to go ahead and attach those pieces together. So once you've attached all 3 panels together, there's going to be one tab sticking out. You need to just go ahead and trim that one off, like so. And then you're going to apply glue to that tab and that one there, and to this one there. You're going to take your square, line it up so it's nice and level, and you're basically going to glue all that down like so. So this is going to create your tray with your runners for your drawer to be able to slide in and out. So just going to press all that down. So we should have two of those pieces. Now one of these pieces we are going to be attaching. We're going to attach it here, right in the middle, just there, like so. Oh, hold on, let's just make sure that opening is correct. So we're going to attach it here, like so. Let's go ahead and do that now. And while I'm doing that, actually, I need to bring in these tabs. I shouldn't have done that bit yet. So I need to bring in these tabs here. So let me just apply glue. What we need to do is attach 3 of these pieces on the outside here, like so. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that to all those 3 pieces there. And then I'm going to go ahead, apply glue, and I am going to stick this right onto there, like so. So it's nice and flush with the front of that hexagon there. There we go. So it needs to be nice and flush, like so. There we go, like that. We're going to do exactly the same thing with this piece here, and we are going to apply glue and basically stick these down as well. So let's do that now. So I'm just gonna hold that in place, and that grabs. we go, like that. And then we are going to apply glue to this piece here. And to all these tabs here. And then we're going to place our hexagon over the top, like so. And make sure everything is nice and level. And we are going to press everything down. And basically close up that box. There we go. Okay, now we just need to do the last bit, and that is, let's just move all the rubbish out of the way. We need to bring in, these are the two largest pieces. Let's go ahead and glue. So this is the two largest panels that are left over from the base panels, and we're going to attach two of those together because that's going to make the front of our drawer. So we're going to stick that together. Let's just add the decorative panel on as well, then it's out of the way. I'm just going to attach that onto there. Just going to fold those tabs back. And I think what I'm going to do is apply glue to these tabs, and I'm going to just stick it in on itself. So that's going to be the front of my drawer, but I do need to also put this handle on. So I'm just going to give that a curve. I'm going to fold that towards me and fold that towards me. I'm going to apply glue to here and to here, and I'm going to go ahead and attach this onto here. Again, you're just going to have to wait for the glue to grab on this because you're going mirror card to mirror card, so just wait for that to grab. Okay, that's done. And then the last bit is really simple. We're just going to go ahead and attach 4 of these pieces together. Once you've folded everything, apply glue to all these tabs, and like you did with the outside of the drawer, you're just going to, or the base, not the outside of the drawer, the base, just going to attach all these together. Okay, so once you've done that, go ahead and apply glue to one of the square pieces and place that on the inside like so. Take your last square here, place glue all over it and secure those tabs in. Once you've secured all of that, take your decorative panels and place those on 3 sides. And then we come back to the front, and this is where that drawer panel is going to go. So apply glue to this bit here. Just going to wipe that glue away from there, and I'm just going to place that on top like so. I'm going to make sure it's nice and level. And I'm pressing it from the inside as well, making sure all that is stuck down. And then that finishes off our drawer. Drawer should slide in and out nicely. And because the side panel is exactly the same, it will butt up nicely against the rest of those, like so. And then you just, oh, well, that wasn't very clever. Maybe mirror card is not the right, maybe it's not the right handle to put on. I might change the handle to a grey one, because I think that will stick a little bit better. But for now, I'm going to leave that on there. Just going to bring my tree back in, and then I'm going to place that over the top. So I'm just going to apply glue to those 2 pieces there. And they are going to be facing the back. So if I place that centrally in the middle, like so, and there's still space for you to put, like if you wanted to put the cat and the dog, and you know, you can hang little kites, and there's bows and things in it as well. So there's still quite a lot of decoration in there that you can still add, but I just wanted to keep mine a little bit basic. I mean, there's still quite a lot of decoration to mine, but yeah, so that finishes off my family tree trinket box. So I apologize, it's ended up being a very long video. I still have these butterflies to stick on. Should we do that quickly? I think we should. come all this way, might as well stick some butterflies on. Stick one there. And that finishes off my family tree trinket box. So just want to say a huge thank you for watching. I'll leave the link for this down below if you are interested in purchasing this item. Again, like I mentioned, I'm going to change the drawer to a grey handle because I think having it on mirror card, like mirror card on mirror card, is just not strong enough for the pull. So obviously I don't want to damage any of my cardstock. So it does open and then closes like so, but I'll probably open it like this for now just to show you that it does open and close. But I think if you wanted a bigger box, go for the one with the lid, because then you have the full box, a hexagon box, as your space, because the drawer, although it's pretty, it is fairly small compared to the whole hexagon that you could use. So please do like and subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell to receive notifications of future videos. Please, you know, leave a comment to let me know that you're watching, because I do read them and I do reply to all my comments. It's just nice to know that you're there. And if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. And I really do appreciate your support and your kindness. Affiliate links will be in the description, but affiliate links don't cost you anything extra. All it does is provide a small commission to me for sharing my make and hopefully inspiring you. So thank you all again so much, and hopefully I will catch you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.